All right, then. But before we go on a break and join our guest in Abuja, news in is that the Monetary Policy Committee meeting, which the CBN governor is reeling out the resolutions, now we have it that the MPC retains CRR at 35%. The recent forex liquidity due to seasonal demand is while this is happening, according to the central bank governor. He also says that the focus remains on price stability, inflation slowdown. That's according to the CBN governor. Balance of risk suggests further tightening of rates. That's what he's saying. And of course, asymmetric corridor remains plus 100/300 basis points around the MPR. Yes, these are live pictures for you from the central bank headquarters in Abuja, where the central bank governor, Dr. Olayemi Cardoso, is rolling out resolutions after the two-day meeting.
Around that, and then they said to me that, look, we're running other programs. We've got so the guys from SEDA and Umtata, they physically came out and saying, okay, Sisi.
We have gotten much of the feedback from the banks with respect to what their plans are, and again, to emphasize to those of you who may not remember, we gave them a long gestation period really to do this, and we are hoping that whole capitalization program will be wrapped up within 2 years. So we're not putting any of the banks under excessive pressure or anything like that. It is the whole idea is to work with them to ensure that we can strengthen the banking system that we already have. Once we have finished that review of the submissions that have been made, we will communicate them directly to the banks. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Governor. I think this is the budget condition. Recently, the central bank issued 2 circulars on cybersecurity. One generated a lot of pushback from public, was the president's system levy. Can you please tell us why the central bank is not the first business?
Thank you. I'll be surprised if that question didn't come up. Now, for clarity, the cybersecurity levy originated from the Cybercrime Act, okay, on 2024. That is where it came out from. That was 2015 and 2024. The Act introduced the levy, which was, and again, important to say, given that it is an act, it was considered extensively by both houses, both the House of Rep and the Senate. And of course, there was a public hearing as a result. And then after that, there was, of course, the issue of the levy, which was stated clearly as 0.5% was embedded within the final law. Now, as central bank and as bankers to government, we were merely implementing a law that had been enacted. That's all we were doing. We were implementing a law that had been enacted. And subsequently, as bankers to government, as the federal government amended its position, we have withdrawn the circular that we've issued to the various banks. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Governor. I've received some questions from some journalists from the board. A question from Kola Arunako, Leadership Newspaper. Mr. Governor, Mr. Governor, the CBN in a publication last week stated that it started its strategy to double remittances. Are you still polite on this?
Thank you very much for that question, Bukola. Very important question. And let me first of all give some context to this, because I think that is very important when we talk about this. Now, I'm sure over the years, many of you would have read various publications, much of which at the time, of course, was led by the World Bank, in which they figured that Nigeria had a significant amount of remittances from the diaspora. And we know, we are all very aware, I'm sure everybody here has cousins, uncles, brothers who live outside and want to send money into the country to their relatives, their loved ones. I'm sure that is a constant thing on everybody's mind. And we've identified, of course, that this is a very, very element of inflows coming into the country. In fact, it's estimated to represent about 6% of our GDP. 6% of our GDP. And so, therefore, we felt that it was important from the central bank perspective to have a strategy to engage this sector. Now, within that, the entities that seem to play the biggest part, the biggest role within are the INTOs. They play a very, very major role. So for us, it was important for us to meet them. And originally had a virtual meeting earlier on, and then during my World Bank IMF meetings, we actually reached out and invited. See, I was very impressed that many of them flew in from. I was very, very impressed. And we had in private discussion.
All right, live pictures from the central bank headquarters in Abuja, where we see the outcome of the monetary policy committee meeting. That's for this month, a 2-day meeting. It's a regular one that comes up to shaping, of course, monetary policy and what is expected of government. Business people always wait for these figures because it shapes their decisions and stock market trading and all of that. We have the asymmetric corridors remaining at plus 100 and slash 300 basis points. Yes, that's what we have. And we've had analysts saying that the rates should be maintained. But, of course, the central bank has reasons for all of this development. We'll be in and out of that, but let's take a break. And when we return,